Hello and welcome back to another character creation video. My name's Lumin and today we're having a look at Coreborn, Nations of the Ultracore. This is a survival game set in an open world, the world of Ultracore, where you get to build, grow, and defend your town, survive the elements and Sorgoth's onslaught, cooperate as you go on adventures to loot, gather resources, and make history, all of it together with friends old and new. Now before I jump in here, I will just say it seems like the game and the world of Ultracore has a lot more races in it, and currently we only have the one nation available, that's the Hedonists. There are 5 others. From what I saw in the introduction cinematic, those races are the Hedonists, the Sauromancers, the Mosmerians, the Steam Dwarves, the Genetics, and the Children of the Source. Which all sound really exciting, and they look pretty fantastic. So at this point we only have the one race to look at. I'll jump back in, have a look at the others when they get added. I just wanted to put that out there as a little PSA. If you find this race a little boring, maybe somewhere down the line they'll add one of the other ones that you enjoy more and you can come check that out. If you'd like to do a deep dive to discover all there is to discover about this game, you can find some links below, and as always there will be timestamps for you to check out as well. Now let's jump in. First option we have here is the neck plate. I do not know what the significance of this is. It must be a hedonist thing. You get to change the color. There are some decent choices here. I really like the colors in general in this character creator. They're quite vibrant, they're quite lively, and they sit well with me. Not just the neck plate. You'll see when we get to the hair colors and stuff like that. Even the body colors actually seem to work quite well. Second option is the body type. That's your masculine and feminine body type, I guess. You can sort of put this on anything that you want it on here. Basically, the other choices, they don't change with the body type. So you can actually put it on the feminine one, change everything, and then if you're not sure, then you just switch it to masculine and everything else will stay the same. You can see the face. I mean, it changes a little bit. It does look a little more masculine. Obviously, you lose the bra and so on and so forth, but like all the options still stick. And they're all shared between the two. There's nothing unique to the one body type that you can't get on the other. So, skin color. As I was saying, the colors look nice. They do seem to cover all the warmer tones and the cooler tones. It does go dark enough. I feel like they could have put a slightly paler skin tone in, but again, there's probably lore reasons for all of this stuff. My guess is that the Children of the Source, which looked sort of like the Elvish race, will most likely have paler skin tones. If you guys know about this stuff, then you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section. I love it when people correct me. It's the best thing. So, hair. You have to scroll with your mouse wheel to spin the character. It looks, yeah, I mean, I like the hair texture. Sort of reminds me of Dauntless a little bit. That's the one game that comes to mind. There are so many games with this style of art. And I will say one thing about this art style. It's very good for indie devs to use because it requires less input, less work. It doesn't have like a massive physics engine attached to it. It's easier to make it look good, and it does look good in almost all situations. It's fantastic. It's a nice style, and it works in a game like this. They have a few decent styles here. They threw in some sort of, you know, representational styles. I don't know what to really call it. You know, they've got styles from different ethnicities and whatever, but they don't really have a huge selection at the moment. It's fine, but if they wanted to improve on any one part of this system, I'd say put more hairstyles in. And my reasoning behind that is that it is the single most impactful option here. So, yeah. Sort of, you know, give people more options. It makes a lot of difference. The hair colors, all right, pretty nice. I just mentioned earlier the vibrancy is sort of right up my alley. Each of these colors looks like a color that I could potentially pick. I will tell you that from just looking at this, based on these colors and stuff, there must be again something either lore related or just something with the race itself that sort of sets these as the colors that you get, because you'll notice that there's only a bunch of like sort of mostly warmer colors here. You don't really get the greens and the blues and stuff like that. You may argue that it's sort of grounded in reality, which it sort of is, because you've got like the gray here, you've got the darker reds and stuff like that, but it's not always necessary in a game like this that's pretty much fully sci-fi. Then you get to choose the, but that's again not something I'd criticize, because I will point this out probably multiple times, it is more than likely that they have a plan with this, and I appreciate it when devs and stuff do this, where they have a plan to have this race look and feel a certain way. Maybe they feel fiery, maybe they feel passionate, maybe there's a regal air to them where they have the warmer colors, the sort of colors that stray more towards the gold. I mean, they're called the Hedonists, and then maybe the other races will fill in those other slots, you know, sort of like the cooler colors, the paler skin tones, the blues, the greens, stuff like that. It's more than likely it's something like that. And I appreciate that. These little things end up making games feel alive and feel believable. You can unfortunately not zoom in, but you can see there are a few decent options for eyebrows. Let's take this like scrappy looking one. Then you get to change the colors. They are exactly the same as the hair colors. You can go through them here. I would suggest obviously just picking sort of like a similar one. Did I say exactly the same? Are they exactly the same? They would be there then, right? Yeah, they're exactly the same. All right. That's pretty cool. I would rather go for a darker one. I don't know why, but there we go. Okay, eyes. You get to change the eye type. This is basically a combination. It's like makeup and then eye shape. You'll see that there are basically a few different slants that you can pick, a few different sort of sizes, and then a few with like more or less makeup. Not a massive impact, but it's impactful enough. And then you get to change your eye color. There are a few decent eye colors here, but it's kind of hard to see because you can't zoom in. I don't know. I thought maybe I was doing it wrong. I couldn't figure it out, but no, I tried everything and I can't seem to zoom in. So it's whatever for now. I mean, I haven't pressed all the buttons on the keyboard, but you know, this is probably then as close as you're going to get to your character for now. So you just got to like really squint, zoom in with your ocular devices, put them like really close to the screen. I'll try that. Hold on. Okay, my face is right against the screen now. And the colors do look good. It's just so small. Okay, so they've got some paler colors. They've got the cooler colors. They've definitely got the warmer colors, but they've got yellows and orange. So grounded in reality, I'm not sure. Like maybe it's a gold. Yeah, maybe it's gold. I like that. Okay, I unzoomed. You guys can unzoom as well. Then you get to pick your nose. So the nose is something you want to look at sort of from the side here. That's good. Although I must say I don't feel represented. None of these are nearly big enough. Jeez. Okay. But you can see they're sort of impactful enough. There's the biggest one you can get. And then finally you do your mouth. It's sort of another little bit of the mood thing. You know, you change the eyes, nose, and mouth. And I would usually say the eyebrows along with that. And then you set in the expression, the feel of your character. Right? But that, my dudes, will bring us to the end of the options. Now what I'm going to show you is I'll take this one and I'll just switch the body over to masculine. And there it is. If you want to change your hair to something that looks a little bit more manly, you can do that. But it is on you. Now, again, I will tell you to keep in mind, you are playing a certain race here. There are lore reasons for your character to look the way it looks. It's the way they wanted this to be done. Basically, if you wanted a massive burly character, you're going to have to wait to play the genetics. Those guys look big, they look buff, they look scary. This is what the hedonist looks like on the masculine body type, and this is basically what the feminine one looks like. There's still a lot to change here, and to be perfectly honest with you, there's a lot of interesting stuff that you could do. I feel like you could most likely make some interesting and fun and unique looking characters here. It'll just take a little bit of effort, maybe a little bit more effort than you potentially used to, but I think it's kind of cool. I think that the system here is nice. It's a good starting point, and yeah, here's hoping that they keep working on it. So that brings us to the end. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have anything to say about this game, Coreborn, if you have anything to tell me about the gameplay, I'd love to hear it. If you have anything to share about the character creation system, go for it. I'm all ears. You can, as always, check back here soon for more. Give this one a like and share it and do all that other good stuff. Most importantly, though, hey, happy creating those characters. Happy that.